Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Fight Night Legends Top 3 Decks. In this series, we're going to be following the Fight Night Legends tournament brought to you by Giant Slayer each and every single week. We're going to be taking a look at the top performing and most noteworthy archetypes of the event to get a better understanding of the format. But before we get into the video, take a second to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with all of our Legends of Runeterra content. Check out the links in the description to find our social media pages. We've got a lot of folks working behind the scenes to make these videos happen, as well as our weekly Runeterra tournaments. Alright, back to the content. For those who are uninitiated, Fight Night is a 2-deck no-ban format, meaning players get to build their own lineups, expecting to play their strongest decks each and every single round. We actually see a big shakeup in this week's Fight Night meta. Ionia PNZ was undeniably the most represented region pair last week, with 7 of 8 players bringing it. This week, it was represented, but by a modest 5 out of 8 players, continuing its reign as the most popular region pair. Despite Ionia PNZ's heavy representation, it failed to make it to the grand finals, showing us that there's still room for more shifts in the format. Even more interestingly, both grand finalists brought the same exact lineup, and no one else brought those decks to the event. Alright, now we're on to the top 3 decks. Coming in at number 3, we've got Brom Swain. What seems to be a new deck emerging from the recent balance changes, Brom Swain is a mid-range deck with strong removal and a powerful late-game engine. It has access to high amounts of burn with the Crimson package, aka Crimson Disciple and Legion Demolitionist, Noxian Fervor, and the Leviathan. The Leviathan, along with a Swain on the board, can create a soft lock. If the Swain player can assemble this lock against any mid-range or aggressive decks, they can often not get back into the game. Brom is a threat once he's on the board. He can weaken units down for Ravenous Flock. With Fury of the North, he'll be able to fight most units that he'll be facing down. He's also able to challenge important blockers so that Swain can get through. Brom's hero spell, Brom's Take Heart, is useful for both Brom and Crimson Disciple. Brom Swain is a newcomer to Fight Night, but this week it was a popular pick, with 3 players bringing it. Bruised by God managed to bring it to a top 4 finish. Brom Swain still has a lot of room for refinement. We'll have to keep an eye on it for future weeks of Fight Night Legends. Number 2 on our list is Zed Scouts. Winding God and Rattling Bones both had different versions of Zed Scouts, and they each used it to achieve 1st and 2nd place in the event respectively. It is a hyper-aggressive build built like Mono Demacia, save for a splash of 3 Zed. The deck aims to assemble a strong board, then bolster it with effects such as Bannerman or Genevieve. The archetype can quickly make a powerful board state while controlling the enemy board with challenger units. 3 copies of Relentless Pursuit give the deck a devastating amount of reach if the opponent is caught off guard. Part of why this deck was so successful this week is due to its incredible matchup against PNZ Ionia decks. They struggle to deal with the wide boards of well-sized units that Zed Scouts can assemble, and if they ever spend all of their mana on something like a Thermogenic Beam, they leave themselves wide open to Relentless Pursuit. While Zed Scouts seem to perform exceptionally well this week, it will be seen if it can keep up its successes in future weeks. As the format continues to shift, we may see Scouts continue to rise in popularity. It may also fall out of favor if decks it preys on, like PNZ Ionia, fall out of the format. And our number 1 deck this week from Fight Night Legends is Sejuani Misfortune. The top performing deck of the day, Sejuani Misfortune is a powerful mid-range deck with tools for many occasions. Winding God and Rattling Bones both played identical builds of the deck, asserting that this particular build is a potent version of Sejuani Misfortune. It plays both Black Market Merchant and Yordle Grifter as a way to keep its hand size up. Grifter especially plays a key role for the deck. While getting a nab off of him is strong, the real prize is the Warning Shot, which has a variety of uses, activating Sejuani or plunder cards like Riptide Rex. It is important to mention the inclusion of Citrus Courier. Access to a rally effect in this format can be absolutely game-breaking. Many of the control decks of the format cannot deal with a well-timed rally effect. This gives the deck multiple angles to attack from. If an opponent builds a wide board, Riptide Rex will punish it. But if they don't have enough of a board, Citrus Courier can blow them back. Sejuani MF has been a respectable force in the Rising Tides metagame since the very start. With its success this week and good tools for most decks in the format, we may see a resurgence of it in future weeks. The deck can quickly create a strong board and makes blocking difficult because of Misfortune. It is able to level up a Sejuani fast because of Warning Shot, and once she's leveled up, Warning Shot becomes a burst speed way to frostbite the entire enemy board. All these aspects combined give it a strong game plan against the format and staying power moving forward. What was once the strongest region duo in the format, Ionia PNZ, seems to have been dethroned this week by aggressive rally-focused decks. This rise in rally-centered decks came exclusively to target Ionia PNZ, and more notably, Karma Ezreal. It will be interesting to see if Ionia PNZ will recover in future weeks, or if the format will continue to become more hostile to this style of control deck. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future Giant Slayer LOR content.